Hey, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. In today's video, as you'll see beside me, we've got a couple rear snowblowers, the K74 and the K64. We're going to do an overview of the two units, give you an idea of what they can bring to the table and if it's the right blower for you. So stick with me and we'll start talking about the K64. So why did we pick the K64 and the K74 to do in today's video? Well, the reason for that is that there's a lot of overlap in the sales end of it as to what these units, like these two snowblowers, fit, whether it be anything from the B01 up to an MX6000. So that's why we picked these two. They're kind of interchangeable, but also not, depending on the size of the unit. So, but jumping into what the K64 brings to the table. So it's a K64-24-07. Lots of numbers there. What does it all mean? Well, the 64 obviously is the width of the machine. So 64 inches wide. 24 is a 24-inch fan internally there. And then the 07 is the depth of the fan. So all very important numbers to kind of talk about how efficient it is and how well it throws the snow. Is you're always looking for a big fan and a low center of gravity on that auger. It is also a 14-inch auger in there to throw that snow, as well as a 7-inch chute pushing it out. So, and where you're going to be seeing with these blowers is, you can get quite a few options with it. You can get the hydraulic rotation, hydraulic deflector, you can get some drift cutters for the side, and then you can also get side extensions for it. Why would you get side extensions? Just in case you want it. Like, again, because they're interchangeable, like right now we have this on an L2501, you could put an L3902 here with the side extensions, get you a little bit more depth. You may want to opt for a K74, but maybe you already have a K64 or something like that you want to put a little bit of extensions on. There's reasons for it, right? Before Kubota had the K54, you would be actually selling a 64-inch rear snowblower on a B2320 or B2620 would both take this unit. So before the K54 was coming out with Kubota. So pretty good on the low end, and then you would probably have this up to what you see on you right beside me is the L3902 would be the max that you'd want on a K64. Again, it really actually comes down to the width of the rear, the width of your tractor. You always want to be a few inches narrower than the blower. So again, if your tractor, like an L01 is roughly 60 inches wide, then you're going to go 64. If you were, let's say, 68 inches wide, then you're going to go with the 74 kind of idea. So what they come standard with is, you can see you can get manual rotate there. You got your skid shoes, and they are full length there, which is great, and easily adjusted. And then you have a bolt-on cutting edge there that is reversible. So you get lots of use of all that. And then after that, for maintenance, your shear bolts are underneath covers. So one is underneath here. There's going to be one there. That's for your auger. And then your fan one is underneath another cover back in here. Again, all nicely well protected, easy to access, easy to change, and that's what you're looking for. Everybody's going to hit something at some point. So you want ease of access there and well protected whenever it's not. And then after that, you're going to have your chain there. It's going to be, you're going to want to lube that every few months of usage. And then there's going to be a couple grease points on the machine, usually on either end of the bearing and then on the fan itself. So pretty easy that way. Again, easy to install. They're going to fit any 3-point hitch with a PTO shaft there. So pretty quick and easy that way. So that's kind of a very good overview of what the K64 brings to the table. So let's now jump talk about the K74. So now we're going to talk about the K74-24-09. Very similar numbers to what you saw on the K64, other than it's 10 inches wider. So that's what the 74 means. 24 is your size of your fan, it's a 24-inch fan, and 09 is the depth of that fan, so 9 inches. So it is 2 inches deeper than the 64 and 10 inches wider are the differences. You're going to go from a 7-inch chute to a 9-inch chute, and then your auger itself is going to go from a 14-inch to a 15-inch. So going to be a little bit more efficient, going to require a little bit more horsepower. And that's the biggest difference you're going to run into. If you're going to have a 74-inch, you're going to be wanting to start at about a 3301, no smaller than that. It will work on a 2501 or like an LX, but again, horsepower, you're going to want a little bit more to get that performance. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy with it. So, but it will work, let's say, from a 3301 right up to an MX6000. So you can see there's just approximately 30 horsepower difference there. So what's the differences you're going to see using the extra horsepower is the distance that it's going to throw the snow, as well as how quickly it's going to go through it. After that, everything virtually stays the same on the snowblower. You'll see your skid shoes on the side, same as the 64, cutting edge, shear bolts in the same places, all very similar to that. Whenever you get in the options, they're the exact same. Whenever you get the hydraulic rotate, hydraulic deflector, your drift cutters, as well as side extensions can get very important on this whenever you get up into wider tires on that MX6000. So let's say you put some turfs on the 6000, you're going to want the side extensions, because 74 is going to be right at the width of that tractor. So very important that way, but other than that, everything stays the same. So basically just more horsepower on a K74 will get you better performance. So let's now jump right out and try these out in the field if we can find some snow. So that brings the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the K64 and K74 in action. Obviously the 64 on the back of the 2501 performed, but not nearly as well as what you saw with the 74. Again, the 25 did the job. You know, it moved snow, through snow pretty far. It's a very efficient blower, but at the end of the day, not having that horsepower, you could see the L3902 moving even more snow was a lot more efficient and did it with ease. You could even see when I started pushing a little bit of this slushy wet snow that it was still not losing traction nearly as easy as the 2501 was. So again, hopefully that brought you a little bit of background knowledge, you know, having that discussion about the two blowers that you can take to your local dealership and see which one will be appropriate for the back of your tractor. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, please down below. Thank you.